Morning, everyone, and welcome to the Monday Morning MMA Report. I'm your host, DJ Aries the God, and this is a podcast presented to you by Official MMA Press. So I just want to give you a little background of what this podcast is going to entail. It's a podcast about MMA, obviously, but it's a podcast from a fan's perspective. So it's strictly opinions, my own opinion, and I'm not going to be politically correct. And I know that's going to leave a lot of room for debate, which I'm fine with. That's cool. But I'm not here to be politically correct because I'm speaking strictly from a fan's perspective. So first off, what's MMA? For those of you that don't know, you're in the wrong channel. MMA is mixed martial arts. I don't know what else another MMA could stand for, but just in case anybody was lost tuning in here and wanted to know what MMA is, mixed martial arts. With that being said, let me tell you a little bit about the MMA promotions that I watch. Obviously, I watch UFC, big UFC fan. But I also like LFA. I watch Bellator, which, I don't know what's happening with Bellator. I think they're going out of business or, they merged with the PFL, but we'll see what happens with them. I watch PFL. It doesn't seem like they're doing too well neither. But I'm going to be tuning into the new GFL. I actually seen that on a blog that they just signed Rashad Evans. That's how I found out about it. Because Rashad Evans was my favorite fighter. So I seen that he signed a contract with the GFL and they're ready to go this year, 2025, So I want to see what that's all about. I think they're starting in around April, but I'm definitely going to be tuning into that. But I watch LFA, Cage Warriors it's pretty dope. What else? Yeah, I watched a lot of stuff. I'm going to be tuning into LFA this Friday. I like watching fighters start at the bottom and see what they turn into. I like following fighters. I like that aspect of the MMA world, like just the training and people growing. I'm not one of those people that just like to root for the best fighter like all the time, like just because they're great. I like watching somebody rise to greatness. That's kind of my love for the sport. And the GFL actually running things a little bit differently. They're doing some kind of team versus like 4 teams or something like that. And they're paying fighters differently and setting people up with retirement funds and insurance. And it's going to be good seeing they signed a ton of fighters that used to fight in the UFC, is giving those guys a chance again to go out there. So it's pretty cool. Like, let's see those people's journey. They were already great once. Let's see if they could rise to greatness again. It's very interesting and very exciting. Honestly, it's gonna be a big year for mixed martial arts. I hope they do well. So let me tell you a little bit about what I'm gonna be covering. I'm probably gonna be covering like what I think are the fight. The fight of the nights, the biggest, upsets of the night. I like doing that. I tweet a lot, or let me say I post a lot on X about like what I think is the fight of the night, or the biggest disappointments of the nights. I like talking about that. Other than that, I'm gonna be reviewing just a lot of stuff, talking about gossip that's going on. Talk about my favorite fighters or who I like. There's a bunch of guys I like. I'm not going to be saying anything personal about anybody's families or anything like that. Everything I say is about what happens in the ring and what happens during training, people's work ethics, things like that. I'm not going to be talking about personal stuff. If personal stuff comes up, I'm going to be respectful. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be talking about the things I feel strongly about. I don't have any video right now. It's strictly audio right now. working on getting some cameras and some stuff like that. I'm doing this podcast on my own. It's funded. Everything's my own. I'm doing it strictly for the love, So we'll see how this goes. And let's get into it. We had 3 weeks off, no fights. I was going crazy just watching the NBA, and the NBA is not what it used to be. Let me tell you. It's nothing but three-pointers. I cannot stand it. I do love basketball. I'm a 76ers fan, and they're not having a good year this year, let me tell you. But let's get into the fights this weekend that's coming up. We got LFA on Friday. I tried looking for the card to see who was fighting. I can only find the main event. Another thing, too, I'm going to be butchering a lot of people's names. I cannot pronounce these guys' names. Even when I hear them, I try repeating them, and I just can't do it. I have a hard time pronouncing people's names. So I was able to find the main event for LFA on Friday the 10th. And the main event is Farias from Brazil and Zuzupov from Kazakhstan. I hope I pronounced that right. Well, if not, oh well, whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm sure the casual fan isn't going to be tuning into that anyway. This is for, real deal hardcore fans like me. And so that's taking place on Friday. Saturday, UFC's back. We got a UFC fight night. And the main event is Mackenzie Dern and Amanda Ribas. That's going to be... It's a good card for the comeback. You know what I mean? There's a lot of fights from the prelims to the main card. I'm not going to name every one of them. There is a fight in particular I'm looking forward to. Roman Kopylov. Yeah, I like him. I've been watching him fight all last year. I've been tuning into his fights. He's a monster, dude. He's a beast. I think he's gonna be great. Mark my words. Come back to this first episode right here. I think he has what it takes to be a champion. I think he's gonna become a champion. But yeah, that's the main fight I'm looking forward to. The Roman Kopylov and Mackenzie Dern. But there's a lot of good fights on there. There's, let's see if everybody makes it to fight, because, they be canceling fights. People get hurt, sick. I mean, you can't control what happens. But I can't wait, honestly. I'm gonna try to check out the weigh-ins and see what's going on with that. But I'm a regular person just like you guys. I got to work, so I can't catch everything. But also, I'm probably going to start, see how things go. I kind of want to do X Spaces, get some people in there, start chit-chatting with people, build a community of where MMA fans could go and talk and discuss things. I think it makes it a little more exciting. And other than that, I mean, there's a couple other fights I'm looking forward to. Euros Medic, he's actually a beast too. That's another fight I'm looking forward to. And I like watching Santiago Ponzinibbio fight. Ponzinibbio. If that's how you pronounce it. Like I said, I'm not good at pronouncing names. But those are a couple of fights right there that I don't see nothing on the prelims that really interests me. I am going to watch them. Obviously, I'm going to check those out because I'm amped up to be able to watch fights again. But, yeah, we'll see. Sometimes the best fights are in the prelims, in my opinion. The most exciting fights, I guess. But, I mean, I can't see it right now just based off the fighters that are fighting. But there are like 3 or 4 fights on the main card that I'm definitely looking forward to. And with that being said, this seems like a pretty good spot to wrap up. Like, subscribe, all the stuff everybody says. The links are going to be posted below this episode. All the links for Official MMA Press, a couple of my links. I just started a Threads, but I'm usually on X. So anybody wants to, start a conversation about, any sport, but, from this podcast of mixed martial arts, you can find me on X. I'm pretty active, especially during the fights. I'm there tweeting or posting. Let me say, I keep saying tweeting, But yeah, and if anybody wants to debate on any topic I was talking about, or my point of view on anything, or wants to educate, I'm there for the debates too. As long as it's respectful, I'm not going to disrespect anybody. I don't want nobody disrespecting me. If not, it's a nice little block button right there. But yeah. Check me out on Monday mornings, 5 a.m. Eastern times. I'm your boy, DJ Aries the God. This is the Monday Morning MMA Report, and it's presented by Official MMA Press. And I'm about to get up out of here. I'll see y'all next week. Peace.